Well, I'm Andrew Yang, and I'm running for president as a Democrat in 2020.
What do you call your followers?
Well, the Yang Gang's out here in full force. Well, I'm not a career politician. I'm an entrepreneur and problem solver, and I'm running for president to solve the problems that got Donald Trump into the White House in 2016. Primarily that our economy is now automating away millions of jobs. We started with millions of manufacturing jobs in Michigan, Ohio, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and now we're going to do the same thing to millions of retail jobs, call center jobs, fast food jobs, and truck driving jobs. So I'm running for president to help advance meaningful solutions, including $1,000 a month for every American adult starting at age 18.
How does the freedom dividend work?
Well, the freedom dividend, if you can imagine a country where everyone's getting $1,000 a month as a right of citizenship, it would make our families stronger and healthier, it would create millions of jobs in our communities, it would improve our mental health, would decrease our stress levels, would improve relationships, and we can very much make this happen. Thomas Paine was for this at the founding of the country. Martin Luther King fought for it.
Thomas Paine really said, let's give everybody $1,000?
Yeah, the citizens dividend. And more recently, Martin Luther King was fighting for this in 1967 and 1968, called it a guaranteed minimum income. And it was what he was fighting for when he was killed in 1968.
The last 4 years have been the 4 warmest years in recorded history, and climate change is clearly accelerating in its impact on our planet and soon our way of life. And unfortunately, even if we were to go very aggressively towards renewables, the fact is right now the horse is probably out of the barn, and the United States only accounts for about 15% of global emissions. So even if we were to cut our emissions very quickly, you'd still probably be slowing the rate of warming incrementally. And so to me, it's only responsible for us to start trying to mitigate some of the worst effects of climate change. Certainly a carbon fee and dividend would help internalize the cost of emissions and redistribute that value to hopefully moving us in a more sustainable direction. But to me, geoengineering is an eventuality. And if we don't start building an international consensus around it, then it's only a matter of time before another country decides to geoengineer on its own, in large part because some of the other countries actually face some of the worst effects of climate change in even more dramatic ways than we do.
What I've been saying is, look, the 1,000th verification that Donald Trump is Donald Trump is not going to change a lot of minds out there in America. So to me, the challenge is to solve the problems that got him elected in 2016 and then help the country move forward in 2020. The poll actually had me as one of the only candidates in the field that 10% or more of Donald Trump voters say they would support in the general, because I'm laser focused on solving the problems in our economy that people are seeing around them every day. And so we can peel off thousands, hundreds of thousands of disaffected Trump voters, as well as independents, to join with Democrats and progressives to win the whole thing in 2020.
Entrepreneur Andrew Yang.
The momentum's just going to continue to grow and grow for this campaign. We're going to make history and shock the world come early next year.